All right, definitely don't want to hear about prostate exams. Anyways, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? We got the number one team in the nation in Indiana. A lot of people think this is a Cinderella team, even though they are the number one team. People might think, it's just a Cinderella story, and then when they get in the playoffs and meet a real team, you know, people think they got lucky against Oregon and got lucky against Ohio State. So they're out here to prove to the world that they really about that number one seed. In Alabama, a team that's not supposed to be here, according to a lot of people and me. But they beat Oklahoma, and they were down 17. They showed resilience, came back, scored 34 to 7 run, and said they belong here. Now we're gonna really see if you belong here when you play the number one team in the nation. Something gotta give. One of these teams don't belong here, and it's gonna show. But so it was pouring rain. So the field is, I think they're playing on turf. I think that's what I heard. I think they're playing on turf. So that's a good thing, because the turf ain't as slippery as mud, you know. Oh, the wet beads ain't as slippery as, wet mud, But that's a good thing. But they did squeegee out the field and stuff like that. Man, it was like 5 hours before anyway. But this guy, Becker, has been showing off. These last few games, he's been really showing off. Don't know where he came from, but he's really been showing off. Ole Miss went for two. Take your points, Jack. All right. I'm telling you, man, Alabama's defense is so crazy, bro. If they had a good offense, they would be Alabama, of which we've always known. But they got a semi-stop, so that's good. All right, Ty Simpson. Now they're going to say because he was definitely short, but a lot of them would say because he did a QB slide. I would have counted that as a momentum of attack. What are we doing here? For those of y'all who did not watch the game, right? For those of y'all who did not watch the game, this is what happened. So they get stopped on third down. They keep the offense out there. They start in Wildcat. Indiana then calls timeout. With the play clock at 4 seconds. Indiana calls timeout. I would have just let them run the play and blitz everybody. So they call timeout. Then Alabama brings out the punt team. And they have Ty Simpson as an up back. They then proceed to put Ty Simpson under the center as if he was about to do a tush push with nobody behind him. And then Alabama calls a timeout because they were trying to get them to jump. And then Alabama comes out and runs Wildcat again. First off, your QB is kind of mobile. So why? And then you have 3 number 1 receivers. You have running backs, right? Even though your run game ain't good, you got running backs. Like, Man, play the tape.
Isaiah Jones is right here. Watch the job he does off the edge, getting off the block. Look at that defense flying to the football. 46 right there, sets the edge. There's Aiden Fisher coming in. Hemby off the right side. Stiff arm, gets him out of the corner. Hemby gets all the yards he needed for a first down. And two more as Bray Hubbard could not contain him over there. Down stop. Showing pressure. Here it comes.
All right. Yeah. Who is this guy? This guy's killing everybody.
Becker has enough twitch. We just bragged about how Deshaun Jones made a great play in front of him. This time he fakes to the outside, a stem, goes to the post, falls out on time, up for Baker.
It's like he's the only person with a dirty uniform. All right, Ryan. Good catch. You gotta get Ryan Williams going, bro. I really feel like they're trying to use Bernard more as their number one receiver. Maybe Ryan did drop down to 3, maybe, but okay. At least the defense ain't giving up.
You got 3 or 4 games that can decide everything. Third and long, good protection, zip down the middle.
Fumble?
Bounces loose, they'll rule it. Incomplete. They now say incomplete. Deshaun Lee came in and popped. Nowakowski there, and the ball came loose. Watch Deshaun Lee, it'll be from our right. He does a great job of coming off the receiver.
1, 2. Yeah, make a football move, so makes sense. These quarterbacks be throwing hospital balls, bro. I'm telling you. This is a 5'9" receiver who just made these last few big hits. I mean, 5'9" corner that made these last few big hits, bro. Yep. Sure just dove to the ground, bro. Or 2 hands on the ball, one or the other, man. I mean, he is holding it high and tight. Imagine getting hit so hard in your back that your rib knocks the ball out. Sheesh.
Success on the ground in field goal range. Like I said, they're thinking touchdown. Galen Black is back in the game now. He's in the pattern, and it's a check down to him. Makes the catch, and Black quickly accelerates. First down near the 15. Get 11 more. No more timeouts to work with. So they're looking to throw. And Mendoza flips it.
Like both receivers were wide open. He could have threw it to Becker. He could have threw it to Cooper. Like both of them were wide open.
Top of that, and then they tried 11 plays, 58 yards, and there's that man-to-man. It wasn't anything super fancy. At the 1-yard line, play action, just trusted Cooper to outrun Brown to the corner, and he does. easy for Cooper. Mendoza is 10 of 12. Everybody aware of the importance of this opening possession of the second half. And they do what Ohio State was able to do and chip away against Miami. It was enough. There's a loss. There's a tough guy. We'll try to grit out. Second and 12. Pressure comes. Ball batted down. Just rejected by Landino. One of your impact guys has made a big impact too.
I don't know. This is going to sound weird, but I think Indiana wanted to prove that they belonged here more than Alabama wanted to win the game, if that makes sense.
Over Alabama. Mendoza on the move is being chased, but he's going to get away from Big Tim Keenan. Get around the corner. Ball knocked to just as he stepped out of bounds, but making football priority. Just continues to do what he's done this season.
They're just doing whatever they want to do.
So he just sees grass and he's taking it.
Like they're passing the ball over, and they're running the ball. Like he's from the area. He's from DMV, baby.
24-yard strike. You'll see him come into play with a slant and goes right by the freshman. Ball's thrown right where it needs to be. The offensive line has a heck of a drive. Indiana takes their first possession after stopping Alabama's offense. They go right down to extend their lead. They're up 24. Chris?
This is going to be Austin Mack's ball game for Alabama. They have benched Ty Simpson. This was a coach's decision.
Oh yeah, Georgia got this game for sure.
After this hit in the first half, he received treatment during halftime, but every time he threw the ball, he was grimacing, just did not have the zip on it. They were both warming up before this, and then coach went to Simpson and said, "You're going to need to take a rest."
All right, Simpson, got hurt on that play. And now they got to bring in a backup against the number one team in the nation. I mean, the game is over. Might as well see what he got. But sheesh. Maybe we should have put him in. Maybe he should have been a starter. Okay, young man. I like it. I like it. So Simpson, this is your team now. Never mind. Throwing hospital balls like that. All right, there you go. Get some points on the board. Still a long game. You got 17 minutes and 44 seconds to score 22 points to go on a 22-0 run. Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen. Who even knew that Indiana had a tight end? Everybody's just reaching to make a tackle now. Oh man, this is getting hard to watch. Even as a recap. Goodness. When's the last time you've ever seen Alabama get demolished? Alabama looking like a group of 5 team right now.
This is not a surprise to him. He'll be sacked. That's the first sack of this Hoosier defense, and it comes from Mikhail Kamara. You get a chance to win a lot of games. To some, that stuff seems corny these days, but it's very real, as it is a huge part of their success. As Mendoza on the run, just continues to sling it downfield to Omar Cooper Jr.
The boys are doing whatever they want.
Looked like a big roast. That was the week after they had beaten Oregon. So it's breaking free. And there goes Tyson.
All right, we cutting this one off. Hey, we cutting this off. Hey, yeah, Indiana is playing Oregon in a Peach Bowl next week. I'm telling you what, if this Indiana shows up, Oregon is in a world of trouble after what they shown, at least offensively, against Texas Tech. Now, Texas Tech is a good defense. They're a top 10 defense. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They are a top 10 defense. But they're not, they're not Indiana. They're not coming in there with a chip on their shoulder. Indiana has proven that they belonged here. They proved that, beating Ohio State. And then they reassured it in this game. So it's gonna be a long day for them Ducks. But Oregon, they coming in there with fire under their ass though. I feel like they've been wanting this rematch for a long time. And I think they were happy that Indiana won against Ohio State to get the number 1 seed, because then that puts them on those two on the same side of the bracket rather than opposite sides. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game for sure. These college football playoffs have been fun so far. A lot of upsets, a lot of blowouts as well. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish watching this Ole Miss Georgia game. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.